Pixar movies whose ending you misunderstood, part 21. If you watched Brave and said that it was just about an angsty teenager who didn't want to get married, congratulations, you misunderstood the film. Merida doesn't not want to get married, she just wants to do it in her own time and on her own terms. She's not outright rejecting tradition, but is challenging the rigid aspects that make her feel trapped. And the tension between personal freedom and inherited duty is the wedge driven between Merida and Queen Eleanor. Eleanor represents order, legacy, and the weight of expectations, while Merida craves choice, authenticity, and self-expression. Their dynamic changes when Eleanor is turned into a bear, as she is forced to rely on Merida. She can't speak or command and is now under threat from her husband, and going through these challenges with Merida and seeing the world through her eyes is what causes Eleanor to soften, and this in turn helps shape Merida as she is taking responsibility to protect her mother. She was the only person who could undo the spell, and she steps up, not because she has to, but because she's choosing to protect the very person she'd just been fighting. That growth from both characters came from gaining more humility and empathy for one another. The family tapestry is also symbolic of the tearing and mending of the relationship. Tapestries back then, especially for the royal family, were painstakingly made by hand, with hundreds of hours spent hand weaving the intricate details, and it represents how Merida is intrinsically woven into her royal heritage and legacy. When Merida chooses to repair the tapestry, she is embracing where she came from while also choosing to stand on her own. She no longer is trying to cut herself out from the story, but is weaving herself back into it on her own terms. Mordieu serves as a cautionary tale for putting pride above your family. He was once a prince who refused his father's wishes and paid the price when he sought more strength and power. But Merida is willing to let go of her pride and is still able to find common ground, and her compassion allows her to both honor her family and her individuality. Merida didn't get what she wanted just by rebelling, but it was that arc and having that emotional journey with her mother. I always thought that Brave was the Pixar film that felt the least like Pixar, and while that may seem like the case on the surface level, the emotional core of the film and the themes woven throughout the story make it just as potent as Pixar's other films.